Okay, hey guys, what's up? My name is Omar Zaki, and this is a behind the scenes to my latest Power Rangers short film, Double Trouble. It's morphin' time! I'm here to talk about what is, up until this point right now, the biggest project that I've ever tackled. And a quick side note, if you're not following me on Instagram, I upload tons of stuff there first, so check me out at OmarZaki0. Let's get into this behind the scenes. What is happening? So we've been so busy shooting that I haven't really had a chance to do any behind the scenes stuff. As you can tell, we're in the middle of shooting. That's why my hair looks as crazy as it does. We're being very specific and very picky about when to move on to the next shot, which is great because the shots that we're getting are really, really good, but it's also making the process slower, which means we're shooting more days and shooting more days, but hopefully it turns out really, really well. So I'll try to keep you guys updated. I've been wanting to do a video like this ever since the other video that I did with Caitlin Hudson where we fought each other, which was Pink Ranger versus Red Ranger. So I wanted to write something that was bigger than anything I'd ever done before because I really thought that we could pull it off. I knew I did not want the goons or the bad guys in the video to be in costume because then I was gonna have to buy like 10 to 15 costumes. We were also shooting in the summertime, and I also wanted to show off my friends' faces. I mean, as weird as that is, they were helping me out, so I at least wanted to show their faces on camera. So then I was kind of, in my mind, limited to they were either aliens, but then I thought it might be more fun or more interesting if we did like a cloning thing.
I'll move on action, guys.
One, action. Action.
Yeah!
The next process, which is always a really exciting process, is the fight choreography. More important than that stuff for me was the pacing of it. And so I really, really wanted to try to consolidate the action, keep the story moving forward. I wanted to see, a quick moment of us fighting out of the costumes. It's not working. We decide to come together. We got a morphed. Next section. I think about it all in sectionals. I did a lot of thinking on it to make sure that the pacing worked out and really saw the video in my head, as well as did a lot of choreography in my kitchen. I do a lot of choreography in my kitchen without my shirt on, so I'm sorry about that, but I'm in the comfort of my own home. What do you expect? You introduce a new character, and that's when Brennan Mejia shows up, who, if you don't know, if you're not clued into the Power Rangers world, he is the actual Red Ranger on Power Rangers Dino Charge.
It's morphin' time! Energize! Unleash the power!
He's an awesome guy in general, but super awesome for agreeing to have a cameo in this video.
Action. Cut. You guys set? Alright, I'm rolling. One, action. Cut.
We filmed 7 days, but it was spread out because there were so many people in the video and everyone had their own individual lives, including myself. So we were shooting, maybe once every like 2 to 3, maybe even 4 weeks. Usually when you're filming, you film all back to back to back to back, and then you edit and you do post-production. But it also gave me a lot of time to edit in those in-between moments, to look at the footage that we already had, to decide if there was anything that we needed to reshoot. Then when we would go back in those future days, we would get those new shots. But there were even some pickups, and hopefully you can't tell, because I can't tell and I know, but there were some shots in that video which were a year apart, a full year from shot to shot. Yeah. Oh, okay, so now it comes to post-production and the editing process, which is, whereas all the filming and the fighting and a lot of that stuff is a big collaboration between everyone, editing, at least in my case, is a very, it's a solo thing. I have no idea how many hours I put into this thing, but hundreds? I don't know. I need to start keeping track. I think it's about the time for me to answer some questions on this project from you guys. I'm gonna pull up my phone. We'll check out some questions. How long did it take to learn and perfect the choreography? I planned the video to shoot in the summertime. I probably started planning it around March or so probably planned choreography loosely for about 4 months. But we never had any like rehearsals before we were filming on the day. I clued in Caitlin ahead of time about the kind of choreography that I had planned loosely, and then she just worked out specific combos ahead of time, and I did the same. Anytime we had to make improvisation on set or make minor changes, we were both able to adapt to new choreography and do it on the spot, you know, because this isn't something new for us, and we're also working with really, really talented performers that can also change choreography on the spot. Katie A57683 asks, what shot was my favorite? Oh, I mean, of course I know my favorite shot. It's the morph. It's the morph. And I'm really proud of that one because I did those special effects myself. Joseph Lay _art asks, did you have a film permit? First off, if you guys don't know who Joseph Lay is, go follow him. He's an incredible filmmaker with Team Red Pro. Go follow Joe. Did I have a film permit? Did I have a film permit? Of course I didn't have a film permit, but don't tell Hollywood that. Joseph also asks what the most challenging moment on set was while filming. That's a tough question because the whole process was tough. It was difficult just because I was doing so many roles, which I was happy to do. And it's my own project, and if it's your project, you gotta handle the most amount of work. But just going from directing to fight choreographing to also just the scheduling and making sure everyone was there on time, as well as keeping people fed, and then doing the acting and the performing on top of that, just made the whole thing complicated. So I think maybe on a next project, I'll bring in someone or some people that I trust to do some of the other roles, just so I'm not so torn in multiple directions. But if there was a single challenging moment, I would say it was probably the one take. That was a really, really tough shot. I had planned a moment similar to that, and we had to change that, and that was a complicated shot.
You guys set? Let's block this through. Action.
But I know that I really struggled with that, about like nailing all the moves and making sure that everything looked clean and looked good, and sticking the aerial at the end. Yeah, I would say that was the toughest moment for me because I felt like I was the one holding back the shot, and so I really wanted to get it right so we can move on and not spend all day doing this one shot just because, you know, I couldn't nail it. So I would say that was my toughest part of it. But we got the shot and we moved on.
Cut.
Filmmaking. Tarif _Lee or Tarif, I don't know how you pronounce it, asks, will you be doing another one? Will you be fighting with the weapons? Depends how well this video does. Javon _ asks, are you a fan of Power Rangers? Of course I'm a fan of Power Rangers. How are you able to get the full Power Ranger outfits? Asked by GLM _World 2020. I bought them online and they were not cheap. I know that I learned a ton doing this project. That's how you get better. If you guys are aspiring filmmakers or aspiring, I don't know, parkour athletes, martial artists, photographers, anything, you get better by doing so. Don't put any pressure on yourselves to be perfect in the beginning or even in the middle or even at the end. With that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this behind the scenes video. I hope you learned something. If you got any more questions, throw them in the comments below and I will do my best to get to them. And again, if you're not following me on Instagram, you can do so at OmarZaki0. I'm active there most. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And this is Omar Zaki, signing off. I'll see you next time.